Hi, it's Amy with Intuitive Coaching with Amy Radio, and this is your sacred space for spirituality, intuition, manifestation, metaphysical wisdom, and personal development. Today, I want to talk to you about a spiritual practice I've been exploring through the teachings of Agape International Spiritual Center. That's Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith's Spiritual Center, and it's called Presence. Now, when most people hear the word presence, they think it simply means paying attention or being mindful. Agape explains it as something else. They teach presence as a state of consciousness. All right, so what does that mean? Presence is consciously placing your awareness on spirit right here, right now. It's remembering that the presence of God is available in this very moment. Not tomorrow, not after the problem's solved, not after you finally manifest what you want, right now. I appreciate this perspective because so much of our suffering comes from living somewhere other than the present moment. We're replaying yesterday, we're worrying about tomorrow, we're trying to mentally figure everything out. We're concerned about what people think of us. Meanwhile, Spirit, who has all the answers, is available to us right here and right now. So one of the things I love the most about the Agape's teaching is this. Presence isn't about trying to become whole. It's about remembering that your true spiritual nature is already whole. You're not trying to earn your worthiness. You're remembering it. You're not trying to become connected to spirit. You're remembering that you've never been disconnected. That's a very different way of living. Presence also means you are listening, but you're not listening to fear and you're not listening to your inner critic. You're definitely not listening to every anxious thought that passes through your mind or everything that tells you something could go wrong. It means you become quiet enough to hear and receive the deeper wisdom that's always available to you. Have you ever noticed that when you get quiet and you center in, like really center in, where you're like, fuck it, I can't think my way out of this. Let me just get centered. And then the exact right step shows up, or you suddenly get this insight and you're like, ooh, I know what to do. Nothing changed outside of you. You simply became available to the wisdom that was always there. That's presence. So presence is allowing. And allowing is not passive. It does not mean you just sit on the couch and you wait for the universe to do everything for you. You are engaged. Sometimes you will sit on the couch when you're allowing, but you're actively engaged in the process of receiving. And with that, you're on the ready, meaning you're willing to act the moment that inspiration shows up instead of acting from fear. And so fear is always going to make you want to run around crazy. And fear always wants some type of guarantee. But listen, there's no guarantee. Presence is about listening, and it's about trusting, and it's about taking the next right step. One inspired step after another. And here's why I think this is important. It's because you're not wasting your energy worrying. And you're not wasting your energy trying to find proof. You're just becoming available to divine intelligence that has every answer. And it's from that place, you'll see the opportunity. You'll take action at the right time and in the right way. You respond instead of react to every shift and turn that life is inevitably going to make. You listen. You listen to the people you're talking to. You listen to yourself. You're present. You know what you're eating, right? Because you're paying attention to what you're eating. You know what you're saying and what other people are saying. You know why you're praying that prayer and you're feeling yourself pray that prayer. If you're writing, I was talking to a client and she was writing an email, a marketing email. And I could psychically feel her just overthinking the whole thing, right? Because her mind's thinking about what will people think and, will this sell and is this even going to work? Instead of just being present in that moment and allowing her natural gifts and talents to come forward so she can relay to people why this offer is amazing, right? That's presence. And I think presence becomes harder when your self-esteem is low. So I would say, as I say frequently to you, do your self-esteem work if you think that might be getting in the way of you having what you want. So allow your attention to fully be in this moment. And yes, of course, our mind's going to wander. That's not the point. You just call it back. That's the point. You call it back, you call it back, you call it back, and that's the presence. And over time, you'll start to experience more peace. You'll be more receptive to guidance. Guidance will come faster and be more immediate. And manifestation will happen more rapidly and more precisely. Why? Because when you are present, you are connecting to the God within you. Right? We have all this God power available to us. Divine magic is available to us. Miracles are available to us right now. We don't have to wait. We just have to be present. And it's hard. We're in a human body. The human body is not the greatest place to be on any given day. But we do have the ability to bring our attention present. And from there, any change we want to make, we can make it. So be available to the spirit that's always flowing within you. So several times throughout the day, I want you to pause and ask yourself, am I here? Am I here in this moment? And then take a breath. Remember that spirit is available to you through you. And all you have to do is return to the present moment. That's how you practice presence. So if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you already value your spiritual journey. You believe your life can be beautiful, just beautiful. But it's not there yet. But you psychically sense that more is available to you. Absolutely. So you've reached a point where listening to inspired content is no longer moving the dial. You need to actively apply these principles and practices to your life to receive everything you sense is available to you. This is where you and I come together. This month marks 16 years. 16 years of being an intuitive coach. 16 years of this podcast. And for 16 years, I've helped people bridge the gap between spiritual insight and real life results. You already know so many of these spiritual principles. What can be difficult is applying them to your life in a way that creates immediate forward momentum. So for 90 days, we focus on what you want to create. You bring your dreams, your desires, your questions, your frustrations, your decisions, and your struggles. And in session, we'll explore the spiritual and energetic piece of your situation that you may not be receptive to. You will identify your next right step that will lead to what you want. I become your spiritual ally. I tune in psychically and I translate that guidance into practical action that creates real life results. So whether you desire a new job, greater income, financial freedom, a better relationship, better health, to release weight, to complete a creative project, or become more of your best self more of the time, We'll stay focused on your vision till your outer life reflects what you've been sensing is true for you all along. Enrollment for the 3-month intuitive coaching package is officially open. I'm accepting 13 new clients. Enrollment closes when all 13 spots are filled. And yes, we are in Mercury retrograde, but I believe Mercury retrograde is a beautiful time to return to what your intuition has been guiding you to do for a while. So if you've been thinking about working with me, if you've been going to my website and checking things out, if you've been waiting for the right time, this is your moment. I invite you to commit to your big happy change and build something beautiful. My door is open. Welcome home. Visit intuitivecoachingwithamy.com. Under Work with Amy, you'll find the 3-month intuitive coaching package. Enroll today and transform your life with ease. It is truly an honor to help people create the results they most desire. Thank you so much for listening. I pray this message was useful. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.